What if I told you that what you do in the first 3 seconds of a hug determines whether a woman sees you as just another guy or as someone she can't stop thinking about hours, even days later? Stay with me, because mastering this moment could completely transform how women emotionally connect with you.
Picture this scenario.
You're saying goodbye to a woman you're interested in. Maybe it's the end of a first date. Maybe you've been building chemistry, and this is a pivotal moment. She moves in for a hug. And in that split second, you have a choice. Most men do what comes naturally. They give a quick, polite embrace, maybe pat her on the back a couple times, and pull away within a second or two.
Safe.
Friendly. Completely forgettable. Or worse, they freeze up, unsure how to respond, creating this awkward, stiff moment that kills any attraction that might have been building. And then they wonder why she doesn't text back with the same enthusiasm. Why the chemistry seems to fade. Why she seems to see them as nice, but not particularly memorable. Here's what most men don't realize. The hug isn't just a polite, social gesture. It's one of the most powerful opportunities you have to create emotional and physical chemistry that bypasses her logical mind and speaks directly to her nervous system. And when you understand exactly what to do in that moment, how to hold her, how long to hold her, and what specific action creates lasting emotional impact, you transform from forgettable to unforgettable. Before we break down the exact technique, you need to understand the neuroscience and psychology of physical touch in creating attraction and emotional bonding. When two people embrace, their bodies release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This is the same neurochemical that creates attachment between mothers and babies, between long-term partners, and during intimate moments. Oxytocin creates feelings of trust, safety, warmth, and emotional connection. It literally makes people feel closer to each other on a biological level. But here's the critical detail. The amount of oxytocin release depends entirely on the quality and duration of the physical contact. A quick, 1-second hug barely registers in her nervous system. It's a social formality with no emotional weight. But a hug that lasts 4 to 7 seconds, held with genuine presence and specific technique, that creates a neurochemical cascade that embeds you in her emotional memory. And there's one specific action you can take during that hug that amplifies this effect exponentially. Something so simple yet so rarely done that when you do it, you immediately stand out from every other man she's encountered. So let me tell you exactly what to do the moment she hugs you. Step number 1. Commit fully and pull her in close. The moment she initiates the hug or you both move toward each other, here's what separates memorable from forgettable. Don't do the weak, halfway hug where your bodies barely touch. Don't angle yourself to the side. Don't keep your lower body distant while your upper body leans in. Face her fully. Bring her into a complete, full-body embrace. Chest to chest. One arm around her upper back, the other around her lower back or waist. And here's the key. Gently but confidently pull her in close. Not aggressively, not desperately, but with calm, masculine assurance that says, "I'm comfortable holding you." This full-body contact creates immediate intimacy and comfort. It communicates confidence and lack of hesitation. Let me contrast this with what most guys do. Average guy leans in at an angle, keeps his hips back, gives her a quick shoulder squeeze, maybe pats her back twice, pat, pat, and pulls away within a second. Totally platonic energy. Confident guy steps in fully, brings her into complete contact, wraps both arms around her with strength and gentleness, holds her securely against him. The difference? The first guy is treating her like a buddy. The second guy is creating an experience she'll remember. The psychological principle here is embodied presence. When you commit to the hug fully, without hesitation or awkwardness, you're demonstrating comfort with physical intimacy and confidence in your own body. Women respond to this on an instinctive level because it signals masculine groundedness. But the real magic happens in the next step. Step number 2. Hold it longer than feels comfortable. Here's where most men sabotage themselves. They hug for about 1 second, quick in, quick out, like they're afraid of what might happen if they linger. This is a massive missed opportunity. The neurochemical bonding from oxytocin release requires sustained contact. A 1-second hug doesn't give her nervous system enough time to actually register the connection and relax into it. You need to hold the hug for a minimum of 4 to 5 seconds. Ideally, 5 to 7 seconds. I know what you're thinking. Won't that be weird? Won't she think I'm being creepy or desperate? Here's the truth. When done with the right energy, calm, present, not needy, holding a hug longer feels natural and deeply connecting, not awkward. The key is your energy. You're not desperately clinging. You're not holding on because you're afraid to let go. You're simply being present in the moment, allowing the connection to actually register. Here's the specific technique. Don't be the first one to pull away. Let her be the one to initiate the release. When you feel her start to pull back, then you smoothly and confidently let go. This does something psychologically powerful. It communicates that you're comfortable with closeness, that you're not in a rush, that you're present rather than anxious. Let me give you a real-world example. A client of mine named David was dating a woman named Claire. Their dates were good, but there was no real spark. I coached him on the hug technique. After their next date, instead of the usual quick goodbye hug, David pulled her in close and held the embrace for a full 6 seconds, present, calm, not rushing. When she started to pull back, he released smoothly while maintaining eye contact. Claire later texted him, "I can't stop thinking about saying goodbye to you tonight. When are you free again?" That hug created an emotional imprint that stayed with her long after the date ended. Have you ever noticed how different a real, present hug feels compared to a quick, polite one? Drop a comment about the most memorable hug you've experienced. But here's the specific action that makes this technique absolutely unforgettable. Step number 3. The secret move. Gently squeeze and pull her slightly closer before releasing. This is the game changer. This is what transforms a good hug into an unforgettable moment. Here's exactly how this works. You've been holding the hug for 5 to 7 seconds. She's relaxed into your embrace. Her nervous system has started to regulate with yours. The oxytocin is flowing. Right before you release, and this is critical timing, you gently squeeze her slightly closer for just 1 second, then slowly release. Not a big dramatic squeeze. Not a desperate clutch. Just a subtle, gentle pulling her in an inch or two closer, a brief moment of increased intimacy, then a smooth, controlled release. This final squeeze does something profound psychologically. It creates what's called a peak end moment. In psychology, people remember experiences based on their peak moment and how they ended, not the average of the entire experience. That gentle squeeze right before release becomes the peak moment of the hug. It's the moment of maximum intimacy and connection. And it's what she'll remember most vividly. Additionally, it communicates something powerful. I'm reluctant to let you go, but I'm secure enough to release you anyway. This creates a perfect balance of desire and confidence. You're showing her that you enjoy holding her while simultaneously demonstrating that you're not needy or desperate. Here's what this looks like in real time. You pull her in for a full body hug. You hold it calmly for 5 to 6 seconds. Then, just before releasing, you gently squeeze her slightly closer for 1 second. Maybe your hand on her lower back pulls her in just a bit more. Then you smoothly release, stepping back while maintaining eye contact for a moment. That sequence, commit, hold, squeeze, release, creates an emotional experience she'll replay in her mind multiple times that day. And here's what makes this even more powerful. The psychology of the release. Create lingering tension. How you end the hug is just as important as how you execute it. Most men just drop their arms and step back immediately, breaking all contact and connection instantly. Here's what creates lasting impact. Release slowly and maintain connection, even as you separate. When she begins to pull back, don't just let your arms fall and step away. Release gradually. Let your hands slide gently down her back or arms as you separate. Maintain eye contact as you create physical distance. This creates what psychologists call sustained tension. The emotional and energetic connection continues even after the physical contact has ended. In that moment, those 2 or 3 seconds where you're no longer touching but you're still fully present with each other, attraction intensifies.
Why?
Because you've created an experience that stands out from every other interaction in her day. You've demonstrated comfort with intimacy, confidence in your physical presence, and the emotional intelligence to create and release tension appropriately. Here's a specific example of the complete sequence. She hugs you goodbye. You pull her in fully complete body contact. You hold for 6 seconds with calm presence. Just before releasing, you gently squeeze her slightly closer for 1 second. Then you release slowly, hands sliding down her arms, maintaining eye contact with a slight smile. You hold that eye contact for another moment, then say something simple like, "I had a great time tonight." That entire sequence, from initial contact to final release, just created an emotional memory she'll associate with you for days. Now, let's bring this back to your real-life dating experiences. Think about the last time you hugged a woman you were interested in. Be brutally honest with yourself. Did you commit fully, or did you hold back? Did you hold it long enough for her to actually feel the connection, or did you rush through it? Did you create a memorable moment, or was it just another forgettable social gesture? Most men operate on autopilot with physical touch. They hug because it's expected, but there's no intention, no presence, no understanding of the psychological impact they could be creating. When you start executing hugs with this level of awareness and technique, you'll notice an immediate shift in how women respond to you. They'll text you back faster. They'll bring up the goodbye moment. They'll find excuses to see you again sooner. Because you've created an emotional experience that embedded you in their memory in a way that words simply cannot achieve. Here's the deeper truth about this technique. It's not really about the hug itself. The hug is just a vehicle for something more fundamental, your ability to be genuinely present, to create intimate moments, and to lead physical interactions with confidence and calibration. Women aren't attracted to perfect technique. They're attracted to men who are comfortable in their own bodies, who can create moments of genuine connection, and who understand the language of physical and emotional intimacy. When you hug a woman with this level of intention, committing fully, holding with presence, creating a peak moment with a gentle squeeze, and releasing with sustained connection, you're demonstrating all of these qualities simultaneously. And that's what makes you unforgettable. Not because you executed some move, but because you showed her what it feels like to be held by a man who knows how to be truly present. So here's the ultimate takeaway about hugging and creating lasting attraction. The way you hug a woman reveals everything about how you approach intimacy, connection, and physical presence. A weak, rushed, awkward hug communicates uncertainty and emotional unavailability. A confident, present, intentional hug, one that commits fully, holds long enough to matter, creates a peak moment and releases with grace, communicates masculine groundedness, emotional availability, and the capacity for genuine intimacy. Women remember how you made them feel. And a truly present, well-executed hug creates a feeling of safety, desire, and connection that she'll associate with you long after the moment has passed. Master this simple technique, and you'll never wonder why women seem to forget you. They won't be able to. If this opened your eyes to the power of intentional physical presence, hit that like button. It helps other men discover these insights about creating genuine attraction. And if you want more breakdowns of the psychology of touch, attraction dynamics, and what actually creates chemistry with women, subscribe and turn on notifications. I decode the hidden psychology of dating and relationships every single week. Drop a comment below. What's been your experience with hugs and creating attraction? Have you noticed a difference when you're truly present versus when you're just going through the motions? I read every comment, and your experiences help shape this community. Remember, attraction isn't mysterious or random. It's based on psychological and biological principles that you can learn and apply. And when you understand what your physical presence is communicating, you gain the power to create genuine connection instead of hoping it happens by accident. Thanks for watching. Now go create some unforgettable moments. I'll see you in the next one.